What is the one accessory I would choose if I wanted to significantly differentiate my iPhone footage compared to the average iPhone user? Is it a cage to be able to mount extra accessories to my iPhone? Or is it an external SSD to be able to record in ProRes 42 HQ for longer periods of time? Is it an ND filter to be able to lower my exposure? Is it a microphone to have better quality audio? Or is it an external lens to be able to change the field of view, or to use something like an anamorphic lens to get creative shots and so on? Honestly, if I had to choose one accessory from all of these, I would definitely go for the ND filter. A close second would be an external lens, because I feel like this will significantly differentiate your iPhone footage compared to the competition. But if I had to choose just one accessory, I would definitely go for the ND filter. Now, for those of you who don't know, an ND filter will basically lower the amount of light coming into your camera and will allow you to lower the shutter speed to double the frame rate to get a natural looking motion blur in your footage, which will make your footage look more like it was shot with a professional mirrorless camera or cinema camera. Because usually if you lower the shutter speed to double the frame rate without using an ND filter, especially outdoors, your footage will look overexposed, which is why you need to use an ND filter to basically lower the amount of light coming into the camera. Now, let me share with you pretty much all the methods you can mount an ND filter to your iPhone and which one is my favorite. All right, so the easiest way by far to attach a filter to your iPhone is to buy a proprietary case from a brand like Freewell, Moment, Neewer, Small Rig, Polar Pro, etc., and also use a proprietary filter from that specific brand. For example, I have here a case from Freewell and I can attach it to my iPhone. It has 17mm thread mounts in here to be able to mount 17mm lenses, but also in here it has like a filter, magnetic filter mount, and you can take a proprietary Freewell Sherpa filter and just magnetically mount it on the case like so, and now you basically have an ND filter in here. Now, the reason why I don't really like this method is because it is not really versatile. I can only use this Freewell Sherpa filter with Freewell Sherpa accessories. For example, if I am going to mount my case of choice, which is this budget U-green case that I bought for like $8, I believe, this filter will not work because it requires a proprietary Freewell Sherpa case or cage to work properly. Now, the next way to mount a filter on your iPhone is with one of these clamps. This one is from Sandmark, and the way it works is very simple. It's basically like a clamp. It goes over your phone, over the camera of the phone, sorry, like this. And it has a thread in here. This one is 43mm, but sometimes it can go up to like 67mm. And in this case, because it's 43mm, you can take a 43mm filter, which is also from Sandmark, by the way. You can screw it on like this, and now you basically have an ND filter. But also, if, for example, you have a regular ND filter from your mirrorless camera, like this KNF Concept one, which is 67mm, you can buy a step-down ring to convert 67mm to 43mm and basically screw it on. Now, the reason why I don't really like this approach that much is because, one, it's a bit hard to mount with a case. You have to properly align it here with the main camera lens. Otherwise, if I'm going to put it like here, it is not going to sit straight, and maybe light is going to go inside and create like lens flares, artifacts, and so on. Also, it's like wiggling around, it's moving around. So maybe if you're going to bump into it, it's going to fall off, or maybe you're going to move it around and then it's going to be like half mounted to your camera. But most importantly, it's going to block a part of your screen. So you won't be able to properly, compose your shot. And also, if you want to change settings in here, you'll have to move it in here, then change the setting you want, and basically put it back, which is going to be very annoying in my opinion. But it is by far the simplest way to attach a filter to the iPhone, and also the cheapest way, I believe. I think this clamp from like Sandmark is about $10–20, and KNF is pretty much the same price. And you can always buy like a cheap filter from KNF Concept or any other brand and adapt it to this clamp and mount it on your iPhone. And also, if you don't want to use the iPhone with a case, you can also use it without a case without any problem. Actually, it works a bit better if you don't have a case. It mounts like at least this clamp in here. It goes very smoothly on the iPhone without any problem. But again, I don't like that it blocks a part of the screen. I don't like that it moves around like this. And also if you use it with a case, I don't really like that you have to properly align it so it's not going to like, you know, like a light will leak inside and create like lens flares, artifacts, and so on. All right, and now let me show you by far my favorite way to attach a filter to the iPhone. So a couple of weeks ago, I got this accessory on AliExpress from JJC, and this is a MagSafe magnetic mount, filter mount with a 67mm thread. So let me show you exactly how it works and why I love this accessory so much. So on the back here, you have a normal MagSafe mount. Here you have like a rubber thingy to prevent light leaks and stuff like that. And it is removable. And here you have like a 67mm thread. The way it works, you take your iPhone with MagSafe and then you mount it on like this. And as you can see, it sits beautifully. And then you take your 67mm ND filter of choice. In my case, I'm using one from KNF Concept. And then you can just screw it on like this. And now you have basically an ND filter on your iPhone. Now, if you want to mount this on a case, you have to be a bit careful because it doesn't work with all cases. It does work with my case, but it doesn't work with all of them. So let me show you how it looks with my case. I'm gonna put my U-Green case in here. And now if I'm gonna put it like this with the rubber thing in here, as you can see, it doesn't really sit straight, but I can remove it and then I can take out this rubber piece easily. And now it sits pretty much perfectly on my iPhone. It does move around a little bit here, but I've been using this for about a week or so, something like that, and I haven't noticed any light artifacts or something like that. But the reason I love this mount so much is not only because you can easily attach any 67 thread filter on it with a case if it supports it or without a case, but also it comes with these two things in here. On the top, it's like a cold shoe mount, so you can mount cold shoe accessories like a microphone, for example. And now you can do, you know, your YouTube vlogging and stuff. At the bottom here, you also have like a 1/4" thread, so you can take like a mini vlog tripod and easily attach it and now have like a handle. But if you want to go full minimalist, you can remove this, take the included screwdriver and just unscrew these things in here. There's like a little screw in here and also in here, and you can remove both of these completely and just have it as a filter mount for your iPhone. For example, let me remove this mount in here. And as you can see, I can easily remove it and keep it as tidy and minimalist as possible. But there is one more thing with this accessory. And here, as you can see, there is another like ring, and this is magnetic, which allows you to mount extra MagSafe accessories to your iPhone. For example, I have this small rig DJI RS4 Mini Arca Swiss mount, and this is by far my favorite tripod slash gimbal mount because it is very compact, as you can see, barely takes any space in my bag. It also has a 1/4" thread, an Arca Swiss plate, a cold shoe mount to be able to easily mount it on top of your camera. It's MagSafe, and these hinges in here are relatively strong, and also it has like a cold shoe in here. So it is pretty versatile for such a small little accessory. And you can basically take this, easily attach it on the back here, and the magnets are like super strong on both of these accessories. But it is like wiggling around like this a little bit. But overall, it's very strong, doesn't like fall off or anything like that. And of course, you have a thread in here, and you can take like a mini tripod, attach it, and now you have like a full vlogging setup like this. You can also take a microphone, put it on top and stuff like that. And what I really like about this is that everything here is magnetic. So for example, I'm filming something, and then someone calls me, I can just take all of this apart, answer the call. Once I'm done, I can reattach this and continue filming. Or for example, I wanna go to like a coffee shop and prop my iPhone on something. I can remove this, take this, and now basically I can prop my iPhone, and this tripod mount acts as a stand basically. Super versatile. And again, the magnets on this are like super strong. And the same thing goes for the JJC magnetic mount. It's very, very strong magnets. But you have to make sure the magnets on your case are also strong. This case from Ugreen has pretty strong magnets, which is actually kind of surprising because it was 200 baht in Thailand, which is about like $8, I believe, super cheap. But the magnets are strong, it's very lightweight, the buttons are clicky and nice. So honestly, I believe this is by far the best way to attach an ND filter to your iPhone, because you can use ND filters from mirrorless cameras and stuff like that. You can buy them for a pretty cheap price, especially from KNF Concept. This mount also allows you to mount extra accessories on top with the culture mount. You can also, you know, mount this 1/4-inch thread adapter in here to mount a mini tripod and whatnot. And also everything is magnetic, so you can easily remove it from the phone if you don't want to use it. And it has another magnet in here to mount extra MagSafe accessories. I'm honestly blown away by this mount. It's so futuristic because of the magnets, of how quickly you can like detach, attach and reattach everything. Absolutely by far the best iPhone accessory I've ever used until now. So yeah, this is it for today. If you have any questions, comments or recommendations on how I can make my iPhone filmmaking setup even better, let me know down below. And I hope you found this video to be informative and useful. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.